Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for, well, a watch along, but a little bit of a mini super stream tonight. There is a lot going on here tonight. We have, of course, our main game, which you can see there is Borough versus Sheffield United in the Championship. We're going to be watching that one along. If you're tuning in over on that one, please do watch along with us for the next couple of hours. But there is, as I say, plenty else going on. 6 games in the Championship you're going to see ticking along down the bottom there, plus 12. All of the League One teams are playing tonight. So even if you are not watching Borough versus Sheffield United, we would love you to keep us in touch with whichever game you are watching and let us know what is going on there. I think all of the games are on the red button on Sky in the Championship as well. So let us know in the chat which game you're watching. We need to get through this quickly because we're kicking off in about 13 minutes. So all I will do is give a quick thank you to our fan sponsor, who is Luca. Football is nothing without fans. I'm nothing without football. We thank Luca and his dad, Stephen, who set that up very, very much. He's our fan sponsor, and we're going to get into team news now. What I will do this time is, let's just do a quick couple of hellos and whatnot in here. Hi to Leeds 2021, Lee, Hamza, Dan. Great to see you too, my friend. David, keep you up forever. Jake, please bring us a Blades win. We'll see what we can do for you. But of course, may the best team win. Luke, welcome along. I am good today. Tom, I can see you've asked twice. I'm not going to be talking about any offensive chants. We'll leave that for the stands. I hope you understand. Annie, welcome along. Oh, maths tuition. That sounds fun. Parlay some league tables into that. James, welcome along. Chris, one home win out of all 12 matches. Tremendous stuff. Mr. E, welcome along. MDLH Gaming. David, first time watching tonight. Well, welcome along, sir. Up the Borough, up the Blades. Which way are you going with that UTV? Good luck. There is Neil Warnock on my screen there. Right, let's get into some team news. I will do Borough and Sheffield United last, okay, because we know we're coming to that game. So, first of all, we will head over. Where should we go first? Cardiff and West Brom. West Brom are up there. Second place in the table, aren't they? And here are your teams. So it's Cardiff versus West Brom in the Robert Earnshaw derby. There you go. Phillips in goal for Cardiff. McGuinness gets a start. Interesting. No Nelson there. Flint, Morrison. Nelson is there. Yeah, we'll see how that one pans out. Nelson maybe wing back then. Brown down the left. Pack, Volks, Bakuna, Collins, Giles. Interesting lineup there. Keith Moore back out of that first team. West Brom, Johnston in goal. Townsend, Bartley, Ajayi, Reach, Furlong, Livermore, Mowat, Robinson, Hugh Gill, and Grant. I think that might be the team that finished the fact check me on that. Finished the game against QPR. But possibly not the one that started. Evening. Great to see you on the video earlier. Yes, thank you, Callum. Yes, and James as well. My Sky did go the way of the pair, so hopefully we won't be sitting here with intermittent TV coverages. Lee, you legend. £5 super chat. Some help with the babysit fund. Stop with the babysit fund. God, we went to see the childminder, and apparently you can apply your child tax credits against that. But my God, it's like having another mortgage, isn't it? Thank you, Lee. You legend. Stephen, really not confident today. Lack of goals has been our number one problem for years. We'll get to it. John, welcome along. David, my body is ready. My head is ready to have booze and snacks. Well, there you go. Right. There's a shout for Rob Earnshaw. You love to see it. Right. Where we go in next, we're going to get these team news done. I'm too interested in reading out comments, aren't I? For my sins. Huddersfield versus Blackburn. I think they're right next to each other in the table, aren't they? Yeah, 6th versus 7th over at the John Smiths. Here are your teams. Nichols in goal for Huddersfield. Pearson, Lees, Sarr, Toffolo, Thomas in the Welsh squad. Congratulations to Sorba Thomas. Vallejo, O'Brien, Karoma, Sinani, Ward down the middle. They're having a bit of fun. You can see why SofaScore have done that, can't you? We know Carlos Corberon is the Huddersfield manager, a disciple of Bielsa, and they're giving us the 3-3-1-3, which Bielsa never really actually plays, does he? But legend has it, he does. For Blackburn, Kaminsky in goal, Niambe, Carter, Ayala, Pickering, Travis, Rothwell, Gallagher, Buckley, Brereton, Diaz, and Dolan up top. Get your thoughts in on any team news. Nothing shocking so far from what I can see in our quick scan. We'll get across properly to Borough and Sheffield United when we've got through all of this good stuff. Big game, this one. Woof. Look at that. Hull versus Blackpool. Someone could get a big win in that one tonight. Hull struggling. Blackpool doing pretty well, actually. Ingram in goal for Hull. Coyle, Greaves, Jones, Elder, Doherty, Moncur, Cannon. Longman starts. Wilkes starts. Lewis Potter. That's an interesting looking front three if they have indeed moved Malik Wilkes into the centre, kind of playing three wingers up top there, Hull, aren't they? For Blackpool, Maxwell, Stirling, Ekpiteta, Keogh, Garber, Mitchell, Wintle, Dougal, Anderson with that amazing assist at the weekend. Medine and Lavery up top. What a good signing. Lavery is looking for Blackpool. Keep an eye on him tonight. Let's go on. I think we've got 2 to go. And then we can get across to our main game, which is Borough versus Sheffield United. This is Preston versus Stoke, though, and there are your teams for this one over at Deepdale. Iverson in goal for Preston, Cunningham, Bauer, Story, Earl, Vandenberg, Whiteman, Ledson, Johnson, Maguire, Reese. I'll say it again about Preston. Settled 11 now. For Stoke, Davies, Wilmot, Suter, the return of Ostigard, Timon, the return of Smith, Sawyers, Thompson in there, Vrancic. Who misses out there? Who's the fellow who used to play for Wales? I can't think of his name. Joe Allen, there you go. Brown and Powell. I'm going to play Tyrese Campbell watch. Let's have a look at the bench. Not there yet. We'll see him soon, surely. Won't we? Right, one more to go. We will have a look at some League One team news as well. We just got to check out what's going on. QPR versus Birmingham down at the Kian Prince Foundation Stadium. Dieng in goal for Rangers. Dickey, Dunn, Barbe, Odebajo and Bull. No, Devis in there. Willock, Dazelle starts. Ooh, look at that central midfield. Just flag that. Willock, Dazelle, Chair against Birmingham as well. Let's hope they're up for competing, those three. Dykes and Austin, three technically very good players, but yeah. Keep an eye on that. Sarkic in goal for Blues. Colin, Roberts, Dean, Sanderson, Bella, Woods, Sunic, Chong. Probably switch Chong and Bella to opposite sides there. Dean and Hogan up top in this one. Right, let's have a quick look at a couple of... well, let me tell you what the League One fixtures are. You can probably see them going across the bottom there. We have got some dearly departed teams playing, obviously, because we're doing the League One dearly departed show now. And every single League One team is playing. Burton, Pompey, Cambridge, Gillingham, Charlton, Bolton we will have a look at because Charlton are one of our dearly departed teams. They are indeed struggling, though. McGilvray, Matthews, Lavelle, Famewo, Perrington, Lecco, Watson, Clare, Taylor, Lee and Davison start for Charlton Athletic tonight. Ipswich versus Doncaster. They're not one of our dearly departed teams, but you know I'll be keeping an eye on that one, don't you? That's my team. MK versus Fleetwood, Morecambe versus Lincoln, Oxford versus Stanley, Plymouth versus Crewe. Rotherham versus Wimbledon is a dearly departed team. We had Rotherham in the Championship last season. I think they're up in and around the top 6, aren't they? Rotherham, Johansson, Edmonds Green, Wood, Ihekwe, Barlassa, Ogbede, Lindsay, Rathburn, Ferguson, Grigg and Smith up top for them there. Millers, just going back to our list there. Shrewsbury versus Wycombe, Sunderland versus Cheltenham, Wigan versus Wednesday. So 2 more to look at there. Let's have a quick look at the Wycombe team. They're a dearly departed team. They were with us last season in the Championship. Should look familiar, this, shouldn't it? Stockdale, Grimmer, Stewart, Taffazoli, Jacobson, Thompson, McCarthy, Scone, Kakai, Vokes, and Hanlon. No McClary. He's been playing well. I think he scored 2 doubles already this season. Gareth McClary. And this is a dearly departed derby and a very big game in League One terms. High-flying Wigan versus Sheffield Wednesday. Amos in goal for Wigan. Power, Watmow, Watts, Derikwa, Cousins, Naylor, and a good front 4 this. Look, Lang, Keane, McLean, Wyke. Some big names in the Wednesday team as well. Peacock, Farrell, Palmer, Iorfa, Dunkley, Johnson, Wing, Hutchison, Adinaran, Patterson, Gregory, Brown. Let's get back to the Championship and to our game that we are focusing on for our watch-along tonight, which is, of course, Middlesbrough versus Sheffield United. State of play in the table tells me Sheffield United are moving on up, 11 points in 5. They are in 11th position, another win, and they'll start to get into that middle of that second quartile and ready to strike for the playoffs if the run keeps going. And Middlesbrough, not a good run. 3 defeats in 4. They're down in 18th. This is a tricky game, of course. Sheffield United is a year 1 parachute team as well, which presents its advantages and its challenges, doesn't it? Especially if you're facing one of those teams. In goal for Borough, Lumley, former QPR man, and a very Warnock-looking right back and centre back there, Peltier and Bamba. 2 players that he certainly had both at Cardiff. I think he had Peltier at QPR as well. He had Bamba at Leeds. So they are familiar guys. They're Warnock turned into what he knows. Fry is the other centre-half. Boller at left-back makes up the Borough back 4. I'm just going to make that a little bit big for us. There we go. Apologies. I know some of you guys watch on iPhone screens and can barely read what's going on the split screener. McNair and Howson is the double pivot. Tavernier right, we think. Watmore left. Crooks, who I think rightly had his red card rescinded. That looked a bit of a dodgy decision against Reading by referee Banks. And Andras Spora, who burst onto the Championship scene with that fabulous goal against Forest. And this is the first time I have seen him for 90 minutes. So looking forward to seeing Andras Spora, who is on loan, I believe, from Sporting Club do Portugal. I don't know why I said that in that accent. Bench for Borough, Daniels, Hall, Siliki, Payero on the bench, Olusanya, Ikpezu, and Jones. Fair bit of quality on there, actually. I've really enjoyed Jones this season, especially the youngster. For the Blades, Olsen in goal. Baldock is the right back and Stevens the left back. They're not wing backs anymore, as they were under Chris Wilder. John Egan and Ben Davies is the central defensive partnership. Davies, of course, on loan from Liverpool, the former Preston guy. Fleck and Norwood in a midfield pair, which they used to be a lot of the time in League One. Morgan Gibbs-White, who looks very, very good on loan this season. I wonder if Wolves might recall him in January. He's doing rather well. Ndiaye, who's just came in. They didn't put him in the team before he signed the contract, but after. And he's looking good, actually. Ndiaye is going to play number 10. Osborne front left. And the legendary in those parts of the world, Billy Sharp, who's had quite good output this season. Hasn't he? Let's flash up. You'll see 3 goals and 3 assists for Sharp in 7 starts. So decent stuff from the old stager there. On the bench for the Blades, Fotheringham, Basham, Norrington Davis, Hurahan, Brewster McBurney. So just a 40 million quid's worth of strikers there. And McGoldrick. And it looks like we are about to kick off. It's referee Linnington, who I believe, didn't he do the game we had the other day? Referee Linnington, did he not do QPR visiting West Brom? I can't remember. We've had him before and he was absolutely fine, I think. So, yes. Right. There's only one Billy Sharp and Roger Osborne. There you go. Agreed on both counts. Chris is watching Huddersfield Blackburn. Let me know what games you're watching in the chat. Luke, we will be back tomorrow. Fulham Swansea we're doing tomorrow. Thomas, Morgan gives White from what we managed to see. It's funny, I think got on the pitch 4 times. That season could have been different if they had a fit Morgan gives White. Neil Warnock's just saying hello and shaking hands with everybody. We are about to kick off. Sporar movement, very good. Looking for the through ball. Sporar, very good. Looking forward to seeing him. A couple of shouts out here for Sam Field as well. Thomas is watching in Salou, Spain. Very, very nice. Legendary. Got to read this one out here. I overtook Hamza on the Predictions League. Unacceptable. Disgraceful. We have kicked off. I am watching on a Sky Sports feed if you're watching on Now TV or on your Sky Go app or on a smart TV. We might just be a little bit out of sync. So I'm going to give you timestamps at various points during the game to try and keep everything synced up. We will be able to see the other goals as they go in. I've got Sky Sports News open there. We should be able to make this our focus here, but there's going to be plenty of distraction from especially 12 games in League One. Right, Sheffield United are wearing their black away kit, and here is Ben Osborne coming down the left. He's fed that into Ndai, who plays that out wide to Stevens. Could build up this. Stevens crosses in. It was Fry who got a header on it. It bounced back. Right, here comes a time sync for you. We'll be at 1 minute in 3, 2, 1, sync. And by God, we already have a goal in League One. Plymouth 0, Crew 1. That's a bit of a surprise if you look at the table. And Plymouth at home as well. A good side. A surprising start. Our first goal of this stream has occurred at Plymouth, and it's gone to Crew. Bit of a surprise there. Keep comments coming in, and let me know what's happening in the game you are watching. If you are on, if you're on the red button, Eugene, yes, very much so. Rest in peace, Roger Hunt, and yes, fewer and fewer of that great World Cup team are still with us. So yeah, of course, we give a shout out to Roger Hunt here. Joe is watching Champions League there. Keep us updated. Scott Cashkett, is he the goal scorer? Ex-Wickham player. Sam's got Plymouth in his accumulator, which is kind of a sensible call. There's a long way to go, Sam. Chris says good chance for Huddersfield in the first 30 seconds. Another placed over by Sinani in 90 seconds. Interesting. Stephen, last 3 red cards Borough received been rescinded. Yeah, that was a hopeless decision, that one against Crooks at the weekend, wasn't it? Right, are we all caught up? We're about 2 minutes and 20 into this one. Thrown to Borough down the left. Kieran, hoping Bowyer can get us back to winning ways. Did you hear what I said about that QPR central midfield? They're all ball players in there with Willock and Dazelle and Chair. So maybe if they can make it a bit of a fierce battle in there, maybe that area of the pitch can go in favour of Birmingham. But of course, if they let those 3 play, they'll move the ball beautifully. Evening, Liam. Cold calling for work today. Absolutely brutal. Well, enjoy this, Liam. A good night of football for you, fella. Boller to Fry, stepping forward from centre back. Fry coming down the left wing for Borough. Gibbs White tracks in. Both players in unfamiliar parts of the pitch. Fry does well. Crosses it in. Watmore spins and it's blocked. We have an early goal in the Championship. And Mick McCarthy is under pressure at Cardiff. And he's going to be under even more pressure now because it is Cardiff 0, West Brom 1. We should be able to see that goal over on Sky Sports News. Cardiff 0, West Brom 1. Mick under pressure. And I think 4 defeats in 5. We're going to see this early chance that Chris was talking about. Oh, it is a good chance, isn't it? Sinani, I think I'm right in saying, fires that one over the crossbar. So first goal in the Championship, guys. Cardiff 0, West Brom 1, which does put West Brom top of the league. Here comes Fleck for Blades. Coming down the left, works it back to Osborne. Fleck Fleck gets the cross in. Oh, it's knocked off and hit from the edge of the box by Ndiaye. Keeper just spilled it temporarily. We're going to see the West Brom goal now. Reach plays it inside, and it's a very good finish, actually, by Karlan Grant, who couldn't score for love nor money recently. And he scored about, I think the first of his goals went down as an own goal. But Karlan Grant has scored again for West Brom. Looks like he's got going. Decent finish, arrowed into that far corner. Perhaps the defence standing off a bit could have got a bit tighter. So 2 goals early on. Crew and West Brom both leading away from home. Keep your comments coming. What a goal by Karlan Grant. Great start by Grant. Grant with the goal. Let me pick up my bars from outside. Get in. Well done, Hamza, who's representing West Brom for us in the chat. They are top. You're top of the league, Hamza. Well done. Thoughts on Warnock apparently falling out with a couple of signings. Agreed. I'll come in on that in a second as Osborne crosses in. Bamba heads away. Justin spoke about that on Championship 365 today. Justin Peach from the Second Tier podcast was agreeing with Peanuts there. Napper's mum, welcome. Is your boy down my way here? Is he in Milton Keynes tonight? He could have kicked back at my place if the last train was too late. Keeping it warm for next season, Sam. Come on, big game at Burnley. Here's Crooks. Crooks trying to steal through. That's a good tackle at the back from Ben Davies. Got another goal in the Championship at Deepdale, and it's Preston 0, Stoke 1. Stoke take the lead at Preston, which is going to bump them maybe into the top 3, in fact. Yeah, Stoke are 3rd now, courtesy of that goal as things stand. They've just gone to Matt Murray on Sky Sports News, so we'll take a look at that. Sawyers has it deep for Stoke. Played into the front to Brown. They're building it up down the left-hand side, Stoke. I'll just keep an eye on this. Deep cross into the box. It's a lovely goal. Is that Nick Powell again? He is so good, isn't he? I'll tell you what, I know he's not an actual striker, Nick Powell, but he's a hell of a finisher, isn't he? It's just like a floated cross in. It's a pretty difficult header, and he just guides it into the far corner. He is a fine finisher, Nick Powell, and he's done it again. And as things stand, Stoke are going 3rd. Remember, there's a long way to go. And, of course, another 6 games tomorrow night. But Nick Powell heads Stoke in front. West Brom lead as well. Good day so far. A good opening 6 minutes, in fact, for the top 6 sides here. That was Sporer pulling over to the right. Tavernier to Buller. Crosses in, cleared by John Egan. Borough getting some pressure on here. Buller coming down the left, taking on Bulldog. Buller looked like he had him on toast there, but then he just turned into the right back. And Sheffield United trying to come out and break. Let's have a look here. What are we saying? Oh, he is at MK. He could have popped in and seen me. Napper's mum. There you go. A goal for Stoke. Stoke up to 3rd. Woof. Great header. It was a beautiful header, that, wasn't it? Properly guided that one in the corner. Luke's looking forward to tomorrow. So far, so good on the predictions. Watmore hits the shot, and Middlesbrough have taken the lead. What a strike by Duncan Watmore there. Gets it out of his feet on the left corner of the box and just guides that over Robin Olsen in the goal into the top corner. That's a lovely finish by Duncan Watmore. Warnock and Peltier look like they're having an argument about something on the touchline, but Borough take the lead. Very good finish there by Duncan Watmore. It was worked down the left-hand side. Crooks knocks it back. It's fed into what is a great goal, actually, by Borough. Crooks exchanges passes with Boller, who started the game very, very well. It's just a brilliant finish, that, by Watmore. Touch on his right foot. Davies is fairly tight and is bending away from the keeper. Warnock gives it one of those. And it's a great strike by Duncan Watmore. It's Borough 1, Sheffield United 0. Lovely goal, I say. And I also say Charlton 1, Bolton 0. That will be much wanted at Charlton. They are struggling down in, I think, in the bottom 4, actually, in League One. Charlton lead against Bolton. The goals are flowing in, and Borough have taken the lead with a tremendous strike by Watmore in this one. Stephen, very surprised. What a lovely build-up, lovely finish. Good goal. Incoming Warnock masterclass. Always like Watmore. Beautiful goal, that is. Liam's got his joker on this game. It's coming in. That's not part of Warnock's plan, is it? No, right. Great strike. What more could you ask for? Says Dale. I want more of what more. Get the puns out, you lot. Referee Linnington has not got the puns out. He's got his yellow card out. And we've got 2 goals gone in League One. I can see O'Brien crossing for Bailey Wright, who has scored for Sunderland. And I believe our mate Nappers is going to be happy because it's MK 0, Fleetwood 1 as well. The goals absolutely flying in. John Egan was just booked by referee Linnington. I think Sunderland might have just, can someone check that for me? Sunderland might have just gone top of League One, if my maths and my memory are correct. They are not always correct. And Fleetwood lead down the road from me at Stadium MK. Free kick, Borough. Oh, swung goalwards. Decent effort that on the left foot by Tavernier over the crossbar. Bailey Wright headed home to set play for Lee Johnson Sunderland. And Gerard Garner has given Fleetwood Town, the Cods, the lead at MK. Possibly a bit of a surprise, that one. I think we might get to see some of the League One goals as well. They've just gone to the Valley, and we'll see the Charlton goal. Middlesbrough on top here nicely, aren't they? And leading. We're going to see the goal for Josh Davison there. Just finish that one off at the near post, cross coming in from the right-hand side. Does that god-awful fingers in the air celebration. There we go. Right, 11 minutes and 30 seconds gone in this one. Borough 1, Forest 0. Plenty of goals flying in. You can see there, Cardiff 0, West Brom 1. In the Championship, West Brom are top as things stand. Preston 0, Stoke 1. Lovely guided header from Nick Powell as he sets the bar quite high for his finishing, doesn't he, Powell? Another very, very good one. And a few going in League One. Charlton 1, Bolton 0. It is MK 0, Fleetwood 1. I'm just watching these tick along the bottom here, but we also know that Sunderland lead Cheltenham 1-0 and Plymouth are 1-0 down against Crewe. Right, let's try and focus on this game for a hot minute. Here's Fleck, knocked it into Ndiaye. Ndiaye tries to turn Peltier, who's come central and has fouled him. Ndiaye wanted to keep going, ends up taking the shot. Referee Linnington has got his yellow card out for Lee Peltier. So I think Egan, did Egan get booked or did Bulldog get booked? I think we've already had 2 yellow cards in this game. There's way too much going on. Stevens got booked for Blades, and Peltier has just got booked for a Borough. And we have a free kick to the Blades. Alistair, you can't be at Pride Park, isolating because his brother's going for an operation. You got to do what you got to do, my friend. Peanuts is struggling in his acca. We got Norwood and Fleck over this. Norwood hits it right foot. It's a dreadful free kick by, I was going to say James Norwood there. Ollie Norwood. Speaking of James Norwood, who's an Ipswich Town player, my phone tells me Ipswich 1, Doncaster 0 on 13 minutes. Ipswich are leading against, I think they're bottom, aren't they, Doncaster? Ipswich 1, Doncaster 0 on 13 minutes. I've said it once. I'll say it again. Ipswich have been behind at home ahead at home many times this season and not won any home games yet. So we will take that with the required pinch of Ipswich Town salt that is needed. Maxwell down for Blackpool. Hopefully he can recover. Eugene, he get 24 clean sheets last season, didn't he? Crossed in by Sporer. Watmore. Now, Watmore heads that towards goal with Crooks arriving behind. I don't know about you, but if someone's coming onto a cross, I would rather it be Matt Crooks than Duncan Watmore, despite his brilliant goal a minute ago. Macaulay Bonne, again, for Ipswich. And I'm very pleased with how Macaulay Bonne is doing. However, is there a chance that he's going to be snaffled by a club higher up the pyramid in January with that loan? He's doing a little bit too well. The goals are flowing. Was it a legit goal this time? It is a legit goal. We have one disallowed. That's why I never get excited about them. Here is Fleck. Crosses in from the left. Comes off Bamba. McNair is going to sweep that up. He tries to drive away and Dye just kind of guides him out of play. Plenty going on, especially in League One. I think we've got 4 or 5 goals already in the first 15 minutes. In League One tonight, all 12 teams playing. In this game here, Borough lead, probably quite good value for their lead, aren't they? And super goal by Duncan Watmore. We also have West Brom potentially going top of the Championship and Stoke going third. I think Sunderland have moved ahead of Wigan at the top of League One. That one slid down the line for Watmore. Egan touches it back to Olsen. Beautifully played out from the back from Sheffield United there and worked via Norwood to Fleck. Goal of the season coming up if they can fashion a chance from this one. Stevens, Sharp, and Osborne going down the left-hand side. It's absolutely fantastic football from Sheffield United. Here's Sharp again. Can they keep the momentum up in this move? Osborne cuts in off the left-hand side. Fleck, Stevens, and no, they've still got possession. Fleck's got it in central midfield. Norwood. This is great stuff by Sheffield United. Stevens cuts it back to the edge of the box. And Dye, Sharp. And the move breaks down. Would have been a sensational goal that from Sheffield United if they managed to score. O'Brien hits the bar. I assume that's Lewis O'Brien for, excuse me, for Huddersfield in their game against Blackburn. Keep us up to date with whatever is going on at your game. Oxford 1, Stanley 0 on 18. Oxford take the lead against Accrington Stanley in League One. Yet another goal down in the third tier for us. Already, here comes Dale Fry, who's having a lovely old time drifting down the left wing. Watmore's managed to sort of pick up the pieces after Blade's got a foot in there. It's worked back into Boller. Boller just slides past and Dye a little bit too easily, but it's poked back home to Robin Olsen. Worth, bless you. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you. I always get a bless you when I sneeze with the camera on. They've gone to Bianca Westwood on Sky Sports News. So we're going to see the Oxford United goal, which has been scored by Nathan Holland, just driving into the box. Gets a bit of a lucky bounce, then a nice composed finish. At that weird end at Oxford where there's no stand behind the goal. Here comes Ben Osborne into the left channel, into the box. Osborne takes on his man. Peltier slips in front of him. Osborne knocks it back. And Dye crosses low. Oh, that was a decent opening for Sheffield United, who seem to be getting a bit of joy down the left-hand side with Ender Stevens and Ben Osborne. Here comes Watmore, though. Watmore, out it goes to Sporer. He crosses in. Sporer tends to pull right, the Borough striker. I don't know whether that's a ploy, and then Watmore comes in central. Bless you. Surely you have the funds to sign Bond permanently in January. You would think so, but it doesn't really make sense for, well, I suppose if QPR can get Ipswich to overpay, then that could, it's a fair point, actually. Sam. Here is Tavernier. Crosses that into the back post. Crooks is surely offside, isn't he? Ender Stevens has his arm up, and he has his thumb up to the linesman. Again, plenty going on here. How's Sporra looked so far? I think we've got a couple of Borough fans in the chat. Peanut said he's looked lively since he's been there. Sort of off the shoulder, last man type guy, always trying to run in behind. Good game, this pretty end to end. Yeah, good stuff. I can't get properly engrossed, David, because there's so much else going on tonight. Let me know on these Champions League games if you're watching them as well. Here in midfield is Johnny Howson. He's gone all the way home to Lumley, and Lumley's booted it down the ground. Look at his Sporra. It looks like they need to get crooks underneath those goal kicks. Sporra didn't look like he had much hope of winning that one in the air, I have to say. Here is Stevens. Down that left-hand side again for Sheffield United. Stevens travels over halfway. In it goes to Sharp. Fleck. Gibbs White. And Day, excuse me. Crooks comes in ahead of him. Thought he'd been fouled. Everyone stopped for half a second and nothing given. Here comes Tavernier. I think referee Linnington got that right, to be fair. Tavernier running or trying to run Stevens. Stevens takes it off him. And there is Osborne to sweep things up. PSG 0, Man City 0. Thank you, guys. Is Messi playing in that one then? Tony trying to follow along, but my room is opposite a Beaky garage and it's, oh dear. Yeah, I suspect you've had lots of engines idling for about the last week, Tony. Shaley did manage to get some fuel from Morrison's earlier in Bedford, so there you go. Niambe coming off. Thank you, Chris. Blackburn forced into a change on 20 in that one. It does look like PSG have just taken the lead. If you're watching that one, I guess on BT or ITV, is it? Lumley goes long. Again for Borough, who lead in this one. Boller tries to kind of slice the half volley forward, gives it away. Idrissa Gay is the goal scorer. Didn't used to play for Everton. Here is Ben Davies stepping out from centre half into the centre circle. Out it goes to Osborne. Stevens. Oh, lovely back heel by Fleck. Good play. Osborne, step over. Gibbs White. And Bulldogs completely open on the right. Gibbs White didn't see him. Osborne. Oh, lovely football again by Sheffield United. Sharp into the box. Billy Sharp onto the right foot. Oh, he tries to give the keeper the eyes. I would observe here that there's been a few moments where Sheffield United have clicked their passing together, where they've opened up space fairly easily, I would suggest. They did the same again here. Got Sharp in the space on the left. He had his shot easily saved in the end by Joe Lumley. However, earlier in that attack, George Baldock was completely in on the right-hand side if Morgan Gibbs-White had seen him. Played for Everton and Villa. Idrissa Gay, there you go. Oh, big goal in League One. Wigan 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Woof. I'll give that one a woof. That is a big goal. Wigan currently, were top at the start of play. Sunderland have gone top 6. Oh, driven by Tavernier, left-footed. I think he took a deflection. Olsen flew across his goal. Yes, big goal, as I was saying there. Wigan 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. So really good news for Sunderland up the top there. And MK are losing as well. Could be a really good day for Sunderland, couldn't it? And we also had a goal there. I think, did I see Gillingham? Cambridge 0, Gillingham 1. Cambridge 0, Gillingham 1. Also in League One. If we get a second, I will throw up the live League One table. League One is delivering in the best way tonight. We have loads of goals in this one. Warnock's screaming and shouting again, as he seems to spend all of his working life doing at the moment. Let's just get you the live league table in League One, because there's some interesting business going down there, particularly up at the top. And yeah, you will see if we bring that up. I'll try and keep appraised of all of this while that's happening. Look, Sunderland have gone top, and they're in really good form, Sunderland. Look, 22 from 9 In fact, we've just gone to Abigail Davies on Sky Sports News. We're going to see this Wednesday goal. Oh, no! Oh, wow! Oh, and I mean this in the worst way. Go out of your way to see that goal. It's an atrocious own goal by Wigan. They just take the free kick earlier. It says max power. And he's tried to head it back to the goalkeeper. It's a headed own goal from about 30 yards, that one. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Dreadful, dreadful goal. But, yeah, that one will get a lot of traction on social media, that one. Oxford 2, Accrington 0. Nathan Holland has scored again. He's got both of those, hasn't he? Yes, I think we're going to see it. And, in fact, he scored on 18 and 24, Holland. He could be on for an amazing hat-trick here. And he's got right foot, left foot as well. So, could be on for a perfect hat-trick. Nathan Holland is at it tonight. He scored twice for Oxford, right foot, left foot on 18 and 24. Could be a very quick, perfect hat-trick coming. Great challenge by Boller there. Sliding in, winning the ball. Ben Davis steps out again. We'll come to comments in a second. What is Power doing? Scoring a glorious own goal. League One always seemed to be such a competitive league, doesn't it? Just speaking of which, MK have just equalised against Fleetwood. So Wigan's minute gets a bit worse there because MK were, of course, losing. So they are now taking a point out of one of their rivals at the top of the table there. MK 1, Fleetwood 1. Here's Baldock for Sheffield United. Baldock slides that one inside. Stevens has come really narrow. Scott Twine, what a superb player he is. He scored for MK. Brilliant for Swindon last season. Signed for MK this season after Scott Fraser went from MK to Ipswich. Scott Twine scored one of the best goals I've seen at Portman Road for years for Swindon last season. Great player. And he scored for MK tonight. Here's Fleck to Osborne, who's been busy down that left. Stevens. Gibbs White tries to turn quickly. He's pulled across to the left, Morgan Gibbs White. Dangerous player. Nice little give and go in the box. Gibbs White tries to curl it. Clever play by the Wolves' low knee. And I don't know what you'd think. If Sheffield United were to equalise, you wouldn't say it was against the run of play now, would you? Whereas maybe you would have at about 12 to 15 minutes into this one. It's a good game, actually, as I think David said in the chat earlier. What are we seeing here? Some more action. That's a great save by Dylan Phillips. West Brom going close to going 2-0 up there. Curler from the edge of the box. Didn't quite see him. Aidan O'Brien playing 10 for Sunderland tonight. Shame he's never trusted there to play Millwall. Always shoved out wide. Yeah. How old is Aidan O'Brien, Alex? Seems to have been around for forever. Sheffield United good on the ball. Nothing going on behind our defence. They've got in a couple of times, haven't they, David? Particularly down that left. Sharp was in and wanted to do that tricky shot. Dinny Osborne got into the box as well. Oh, hello. Sunderland 2, Cheltenham 0. Sunderland are on a charge here, aren't they, at the top of League One? And they've gone 2-0 up here tonight against Cheltenham. Ross Stewart has scored. We're just going to see the goal. Lovely dummy. It's a really clever dummy in the build-up to that. And Stewart arriving from the kind of inside left position, strokes it home. And yes, Sunderland look good, don't they? They're going pretty certainly to... Oh, nice takedown by Ndiaye in the box. He's hit the post. Oh, it would have been a lovely goal. Just drifted over the top there. Ndiaye, it would have been a great goal, this. Just gets ahead of Peltier on the cover. Brings it down beautifully. Difficult angle. Tries to beat Lumley on the near post. Give the keeper some credit. Stands up well. And he just hits the post. Ndiaye unlucky there. I was just saying, Sunderland going great guns. They're going to be at 22 points from 9, which means if they see that out and they win on the weekend, 2.5 points per game off the first 10, which sounds pretty good to me. Gibbs White crosses in for Blades. Decent clearance that by McNair, kind of span and half volleyed it away. We've seen some footage from Huddersfield Blackburn. I think that was what Chris was telling us about 10 minutes ago. Lewis O'Brien hitting the bar there for Huddersfield. We think that happened a while back. Here's Ender Stevens, works it out left. Billy Sharp's found himself on the left wing. Sharp crosses right foot. It's a poor cross by Sharp, which Morgan Gibbs-White is, understandably not terribly impressed with, as it goes about 3 or 4 metres over his head. Woof. We're just seeing that effort by Ndiaye again. It would have been a really, really good goal. There's a tricky chance, wasn't it? He brings it down with... Oh, do you know what? In the Premier League, that got disallowed. I didn't notice that. Just as he controlled it, bounced up and hit his arm. So it would have stood in the Championship, wouldn't it? But they would have chalked that one off, despite however good the control looked. MK1, Fleetwood 2. And looks like Burton have taken the lead against Pompey. Burton 1, Pompey 0. All sorts of fun and games. MK versus Fleetwood. I think I can hear stormy weather outside, which means down the road in MK, the players are probably having fun and games there in the wet as well. MK1, Fleetwood 2. Burton lead against Pompey, who are not really looking that great under Danny Cowley. A lot expected of Mr. Cowley and his brother, wherever they go after their escapades at Lincoln City. Happy Nappers again. He always gets a shout out when Fleetwood score, and they're leading again. We're speaking to Nappers at 1 p.m. on Thursday. Oh, big chance for QPR against Birmingham there as Boller comes down the left. Boller's played well for Borough, hasn't he? I recognise that name. Mohamed Salah. Porto 0, Liverpool 1. Yeah, I think it's a bit wet and wild down here. That's in the Champions League. Porto 0, Liverpool 1. Boller's forced a corner to Borough. 31-16 on the clock. Thank you, guys. Liverpool leading. I'm sure a few watching that one. Brereton Diaz shoots wide, says Chris. For Blackburn, he's in fine form. Ben Brereton Diaz. Corner for Borough. Left-hand side. Swung in right-footed. Crooks free header. But I'm getting very excited. There must have been a foul there. Everybody stopped. He headed it over the bar. Sorry if I scared you by yelling. Don't worry. Shaylee and Enid are over at Grandma's around the corner. So I didn't wake anyone. And having gone close a minute ago, QPR have taken the lead. QPR 1, Birmingham 0. QPR have taken the lead against Blues. We saw they were turning the screw a minute ago, and I believe Ipswich have gone 2-0 up. I will believe it when I see it, but I think Ipswich have gone 2-0 up against Donny as well. Could be finally... I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Ipswich can mess up from 2-0 up, can't they, for God's sakes? Goodness me. Yeah, just add Diaz onto your name and you're looking good. Benjamin Bloom Diaz. You like that? QPR lead, says Dale. Anyone got a goal scorer for me? Ilias Chair has scored for Rangers. And Lee Evans has scored for Ipswich. Ipswich are indeed 2-0 up against Doncaster Rovers. Here is a lovely little back heel there. It was Gibbs-White and Ndiaye, who looked like got kind of a nice little bit of a thing going together. I think, sorry, I might have just missed the Ilias Chair goal. Someone tell me if it was an absolute worldie and I'll wind back there he is, Ilias Chair. And I'll wind back the footage. But if not, we're going to let that one go. Milan 1, Atletico 0 in the Champions League. As we have an attack for the Blades down the right-hand side. A little clip into the box looking for Fleck. Fleck with Crooks chasing him. Good cover that by Matt Crooks there. Sort of playing number 10 for Borough, isn't he? He followed... all the way back. Right, let's see if I can efficiently do this. Of course I can't. I'm just going to wind it back. We just had a goal for Huddersfield, though. Huddersfield 1, Blackburn 0. Huddersfield lead against Blackburn. I'm going to guess that's Josh Koroma or Sorba Thomas, but we'll find out in a second. I'm hedging my bets there with two. Huddersfield 1, Blackburn 0, which will facilitate... oh, no, they won't swap places just yet. 6 goal difference for Blackburn, 4 for Huddersfield. They score another one, then it becomes a little bit closer, doesn't it? There'll be... Yeah, it'll all switch then, won't it? 5 and... Oh, no, it's very tight, in fact. Here comes... Oh, McNair into the box. Oh, he just knocked it short for Sporer. Oh, dear. Real opening there for Borough. McNair does well, carries the ball from central midfield. He's just got to play it into the path of Sporer, and he just doesn't stick his foot through the pass. Just a under-hit one. Here's the goal for Huddersfield. Oh, nice finish. Alex Vallejo, edge of the box. And really, Kaminsky beaten by the bounce, wasn't he, with that one? Huddersfield 1, Blackburn 0. We've also got Rotherham 1, Wimbledon 0. The lesser spotted Will Grigg. You can still find him, and he's still scoring goals. Rotherham 1, Wimbledon 0, which means sensationally in League 1, Morecambe 0, Lincoln 0, and Shrewsbury 0, Wickham 0 are the only games without a goal. 10 out of the 12 games. Oh, my TV's gone down. Yes, stormy weather tells me 10 out of the 12 games have goals in already. And the TV coverage has gone down here in Bedfordshire. It did go down before the game and then came back. So we're going to go into your comments here. West Brom pushing hard for a second goal, says Jordan, down at Cardiff. Bad ball, wasn't it? Yeah, should have just played that into Sporar's path. And then it looked like a very, very, very big chance. Vallejo puts Huddersfield 1-0 up from outside the box after Buckley gave the ball away from midfield. Right, one of my screens has turned back on. Right, we are back in action. And it's Sunderland 3, Cheltenham 0. Sunderland fans are loving it at the moment. They don't want any kind of international break, do they? Sunderland 3, Cheltenham 0. Sunderland are going great guns, and they're going to be well top in League 1. Well, unless there's a turnaround at Wigan. Driven from the edge of the box. Oh, Middlesbrough go 2-0 up. And Paddy McNair, we were criticising him a minute ago for not slipping in Sporer. Well, he's more than made up for it there, hasn't he? McNair from the edge of the box drills that one in with the right foot. It's a good finish, that one. Much like Vallejo's, bounces at exactly the right point. And Middlesbrough are 2-0 up in this one. Good hold by Sporer. Crook's little knockoff. It's a good goal again, actually, isn't it, by Borough? Well done there. The cross deflects. Sporer does really well, actually. Does brilliantly, and he back heels it. Crooks knocks it off. It's a great goal, actually. They've scored 2 really good goals, and Blades are probably thinking, oh, God, we've been caught out by a couple of good goals here. But it is indeed Middlesbrough 2, Sheffield United 0. And I think me and most of the chat are going to end up with egg on our face after the predictions show, because I certainly had this one down as a Blades win. But it'll be a hell of a win if they do it now, because they are 2 down with 8 minutes of the first half left. Oh, it's all going on. Preston 1, Stoke 1. Another goal in the Championship. An equaliser for Preston against Stoke. I think I had that one as 1-1, actually. So stop the clocks there. I think there was a League 1 goal as well. God, it's MK2, Fleetwood 2. 4 goals there in 39 minutes. Who was it? Morecambe and someone at the weekend that ended up drawing 3-3. I think we're going to get another one like that down in League 1. Ben Whiteman is the scorer for Preston. Sky Sports News is on a break, so we will wait a second to see that goal, and hopefully we'll get your comments on that Middlesbrough goal. Goal glut, indeed. Right, what are we saying here? Borough goal 2-0. Let me know your thoughts on that. What is happening at the Bernabeu? I've got no idea. Sheriff Tiraspol I can't even tell you what country that Champions League team is from, but they're losing. Or they're winning, rather. Tiraspol, are they Cypriot or Greek or something? Who knows? Yes, good old Colin. Indeed, Jim. It's Borough 2. Sheffield United 0 in this one. And some rather lovely finishing. Moldova. Really? Goodness me. Dan, a couple of weeks ago, I said Preston are good at one thing. That's equalising. There you go. Done it again. And the Moldovans are winning in Madrid. You love to see it, unless you're a Madrid fan. Throw-in down the left-hand side for Borough. And a big clearance across the pitch to Vernier. Kind of kindly holds his hand up and says, oh, good ball. No, it wasn't, but there you go. We're coming up 40 minutes. Neil Warnock looks on. He will want to get in at 2-0. And that would represent a tremendous first half for Middlesbrough here, who are 2 up. Fleck switches to play. Norwood. Bulldog, little dink into the box looking for Billy Sharp. Not a good ball. Sol Bamba can just run with him. And out that one goes. And we're getting a little bit of a break from the glut of goals over the past couple of minutes. Scott Twine is also on a hat-trick as well. Nathan Hollander scored twice for Oxford, and Scott Twine has scored twice for MK as well. So we've got 2 players in League One on a hat-trick, well inside the first half here. Bolton 1-1, says Anir. I think that's against Charlton. I haven't seen that one come through yet. I have no reason to doubt him, though. Huge goal in the Championship. Hull 0, Blackpool 1. Improving Blackpool, but Hull have been really struggling, and that could be a bit of a killer. Yeah, Annie was right. Bolton, Afolayan has scored. We're off at Preston on Sky Sports News. You're going to see the Ben Whiteman goal, which was a few minutes ago. It's a free kick. Is he going to stick it straight in? Just on the edge of the D. Great goal. 2 good goals in that Preston-Stoke game. Whiteman not quite in the corner, but it's close in, and he just floats it high to the keeper's right. God, who would it be for Stoke? Is it Bursick or Davies? I think it's Davies tonight. As Blades get down the right, Bulldog right on the touchline tries to cross that one in. Watmore's covering. Shane Lavery again for Blackpool. He's got to be up there for the Championship signing of the season, hasn't he, Lavery? I just called him a project when he arrived in the close season from Northern Ireland. He's done tremendously. That must be his third, fourth, fifth goal, I think, for Blackpool. And Hull really are struggling badly. Corner for Sheffield United. Let's see if we can see Lavery's goal first. Work down the left. Crossed in. He's a finisher as well, isn't he? Lavery near post. Cushion volley. Corner in for Sheffield United. Egan heads across, cleared by Johnny Howson. Yeah, Lavery just getting across the near post there. Cushion, side foot volley with the right foot. Good goal. Good player. Shane Lavery. Keep your eye on him. He's keeping Jerry Yates out of that team for Blackpool, isn't he? And they lead. They've gone up to 14th. Blackpool win tonight. They'll be 9th as things stand. They'll have won 4 in 5 as well. They are in fine form, Critchley and Blackpool. Super stuff by the Seasiders. Norwood, Bulldog, Gibbs White. Sheffield United moving the ball, but they're 2-0 down. And they have moved the ball nicely in this game. But I'll say it again, they're 2-0 down. Sharp over on the right wing. Quite a lot being asked of Billy Sharp in this system, actually. He's done well, though. Sharp to Norwood. Norwood back inside. I think Sharp left that one for Ndiaye. Here is Osborne. Little step over. Stevens. And the cross charged down. And Borough looked for a counter-attack here. Looked like there was a late one on Crooks there. Sporar picks it up. Sporar driving over halfway. Good carry by Sporar. He's carried it for the longest distance here. The Bolton goal is on Sky Sports News. Afolayan is the goal scorer. And clever goal that. He comes in from the left and just drills it in low. Someone jumps over it as it goes in as well. Here is Buller on the left wing. Rotherham 2. Wimbledon 0. Rotherham looking good. Michael Smith, who is pretty indispensable, says Napper's on our League One show to Rotherham. And he has built that argument a little bit more there by putting them 2-0 up against AFC Wimbledon. I think we're going to see the goal on Sky Sports News as we're about to head into sort of stoppage time here. Going to be a set play here. Comes in. Classic Smith on the near post. Too strong for his man. Glances the header in. Good goal by Michael Smith. Can anyone describe the Ilias chair goal for QPR to me? Because that's the only one I didn't manage to catch, flitting about in between about 100 things at once. Red card for Milan. Yes, we know Eugene about Lavery. He's done tremendously, having signed, as you say, from Linfield in Northern Ireland. Burton Diaz with one comfortably saved. Header, says Chris. We're into stoppage time in Borough. Sheffield United, 45-23 on the clock. Here is Sporar. Crooks gets a bit lucky there to keep the ball, but he'll take it. McNair to Fry. Buller. Down the line it goes. And it's knocked back to Robin Olsen. I'm not sure we've seen the third Sunderland goal, which apparently came on 83 minutes. But hey, I get very annoyed with people when they point out my typos. So I won't do the same to Sky. Here is Tavernier coming in off the right. It just waltzed through there. Sunderland, lovely ball inside the fullback, squared across to Ross Stewart, and they just look very good, don't they? Sunderland 3-0 up at half-time against Cheltenham up at the Stadium of Light. 46-25 gone here. Here's Boller on the left wing. He's had a good first half, hasn't he? The Borough left back. He's given Gibbs White quite a lot to think about down that left. He's won a free kick again, and you'll hear that theory, won't you, that Gibbs White is a very, very good player going forward. But I'm sure Neil Warnock, who doesn't miss a trick, does he, will have realised very quickly maybe not the best going backwards. And it's a free kick to Borough. Grant McCann in trouble now. Should be, but probably isn't, is he? I don't think they'll sack him, will they? Nigel Pearson for Bristol City, self-isolating because of COVID. Get well soon, Mr. Pearson, if he's indeed got it, or he's just been a close contact. Right, free kick to Borough on the left-hand side. We are about a minute and a half into stoppage time. Tavernier is going to take this one left-footed, the number 7. One arm goes up, and in comes the cross, looking for Bamba, who was wrestling a bit there. I think with John Egan in the middle. It's cleared. Big switch out to Tavernier again. McNair to Boller. Boller pops that one in long. Fries up on the back post. It's going to fall. Oh, could have been 3-0 there. Wow. That would have been game over, wouldn't it? It's a good save by Olsen with his feet. There. Oh, the offside flag's gone up. There you go. I thought there's trouble here as Fry goes in. He's not offside. Yes, good call by the linesman, actually. Fry wasn't offside. Sporar was, and he just ran and impeded the guy who was going to jump with Fry. So, yeah, good decision. That one to throw up the offside flag there. It is 2-0 to Borough, who've had an excellent first half. And the halftime whistle has gone. Look, so much going on. Let's give you a little look at all of the half times. In the championship, let me just get rid of that banner down the bottom there. They're all up there. Cardiff 0, West Brom 1. West Brom, as it stands, are top of the table. Cardiff will be dropping to 16th. It will be 5 defeats in 6th for Mick, who is under pressure. Huddersfield 1, Blackburn 0. They are tied up so tight on 6 and 7. They're currently on 16 points each with a +6 and a +2 goal difference there. So very, very tight there. Huddersfield lead in that one. Big goal for Shane Lavery again. And if Blackpool win that, they're going up to 9th. And that would be 4 wins in 5 for Krissy and Blackpool. And Hull, well, but for Derby County, just struggling so badly. Hull haven't won a game since opening day. And this is round 10, as you know. Borough 2, Sheffield United 0, which we've been watching. And I do have to say, Borough are pretty good value, weren't they? They finished well. As was pointed out in the chat, Sheffield United moved the ball really beautifully at times. But in terms of big chances, I suppose Ndiaye hit post, didn't he? But yeah, not much else cooking other than that. Preston 1, Stoke 1. Powell and Whiteman in that one. Stoke projecting 4th at the moment with Fulham obviously to play tomorrow. Preston in the bottom half. And Preston have drawn 4 straight games, so it'll be a 5th straight draw for them. QPR 1, Birmingham 0. QPR will go back up to 8th with a win there. They have lost their last 3 games. In League One, absolute carnage. Just tons and tons of goals. I'm just going to bring up the Live One league table as I read through these score lines so I can sort of walk you through it properly. So it is Burton 1, Pompey 0. And Pompey will drop to 14th for that one. Burton up to 9th. Cambridge 0, Gillingham 1. 16th and 18th as things stand. Charlton 1, Bolton 1. Charlton are 23rd as things stand. Not looking terribly fabulous. Ipswich 2, Doncaster 0 would move Ipswich onto just 10 points for the season. But it would be 7 points in 3 if Ipswich can hold on to the 2-0 lead. Doncaster will indeed stay bottom as things stand. MK2, Fleetwood 2, fun and games there. MK with a win would go above Wigan as things stand because they are losing. More of which later. Morecambe 0, Lincoln 0, letting the side down there. 1 or 2 goalless matches. Oxford 2, Stanley 0. Oxford into the top 6 as things stand, the way things are panning out. Plymouth 0, Crew 1 is a big shock. Crew would move up to 21st. Plymouth could go on to 21 points tonight and potentially could have gone top tonight as well, but that would have taken some nice results going in their favour. But still, a surprising one there. Rotherham 2, Wimbledon 0. Rotherham would move up to 5th. And Sunderland 3, Shrewsbury 0, Wickham 0. Wickham heading for the top 6 if they can get a win in that one. Sunderland 3, Cheltenham 0, as I was going to say. Sunderland are flying. This would be 7 wins out of 9 and 22 points from 9 if they can do it. They'll be well top if they can hold on to a 3-0 lead at half-time. They're probably more thinking about extending it. Wigan 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Big one that. Wigan are on a winning streak, but Wednesday lead at half-time through that bizarre own goal from Max Power. Lovely stuff. Keep your comments coming in. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes and have a little bit of a comfort break, let's just say. Do not go anywhere, and we'll be back for the second half of Borough Sheffield United and all of the action going along. Don't go anywhere. See you in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can, but make sure you come back because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel. Like this stream. Keep your comments coming. And if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed. And if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. Buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/BenjaminBloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up. Questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It feels a bit more like a super stream than a watch along, but we build it as a watch along, so we'll call it a watch along of Middlesbrough versus Sheffield United. Borough lead 2-0. Some excellent finishing from Borough to go 2-0 up. Duncan Watmore swinging one with a left foot over into the top corner, and then Paddy McNair, after a good takedown by Sporar and a layoff by Crooks, fires one into the bottom corner. It's one of those where if you're a Sheffield United fan, you're saying, they've got their shooting boots on today, and they lead 2-0 Borough. It's quite the way back now for Sheffield United. Plenty else going on, as you can see. Get your questions and your comments in across this half-time, and we'll reset everything as we go back to the second half. David, you bona fide legend, I'll drink to you with this can of Pepsi Max Cherry that I've just got from downstairs. £5 super chat, very, very kind. What are we saying here? Scott, shocking first half from United. Any team presses us in our faces will beat us. Soft touch. Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite as all in on that point as you are, but I think you have a point about the pressing. Conversely, when they have played through that, there has been spaces for them. But you are, of course, right that when you weigh up the two game plans, I can't disagree that Borough's pressing and finishing as well has worked a treat in this one. Super chat, yeah, we got it, Alistair. Thank you. Keep your comments, questions coming in. Torchic, happy Borough 2-0 up. They are looking very, very good in this one. Middlesbrough 2. Sheffield United 0. Before we get back, if you can indulge me just 1 second, if I can just give a quick little plug for Championship 365, which is over on the Planet Sport Network, where you can find this. If you're enjoying this show, then why not check out Championship 365?
The only area to find Benjamin Bloom, the Second Tier Podcast, and myself, Ben HD, all in the same place.
We'll debate the key topics and interact with you, our community of subscribers.
And we'll be releasing 2 exclusive weekly videos.
So, visit www.network.planetsport.com.
Championship 365, 3 creators, 1 community.
There you go. Championship 365 is over on the Planet Sport Network. It is indeed behind a paywall. All of our content here, mine, Ben HD, Second Tier Pod, is free for you here. But if you do want to get involved in that collaboration, do head over to the Planet Sport Network. Very much enjoy chewing the fat with those guys each and every Tuesday morning when we film. So, if you want to support in that way, you can. Make sure you hit like, though, if you're on this stream right now, wherever you're watching, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Thank you for the subscribers. I assume we had a few in the first half there. 19,400 is so close. We're going to make 20,000 by Christmas. Fingers crossed. That would be a fine thing. And thank you already. We've had a couple of super chats. David had one. There was one much earlier in the first half, and I'm really sorry because I'm forgetting who sent it, but I really appreciate all you super chats. Right, let's reset the scores as we get ready to head across for the second half. I think Sky on their last ad break here. Right, it's Cardiff 0, West Brom 1, Huddersfield 1, Blackburn 0, Hull 0, Blackpool 1, Borough 2, Sheffield United 0. That is our game. Preston 1, Stoke 1, QPR 1, Birmingham 0 in a fun-packed, frenetic League One campaign, or round of games rather. It's Burton 1, Pompey 0, Cambridge 0, Gills 1, Charlton 1, Bolton 1, Ipswich 2, Donny 0, MK 2, Fleetwood 2, Morecambe 0, Lincoln 0, Oxford 2, Stanley 0, Plymouth 0, Crew 1, Rotherham 2, Wimbledon 0, Shrews 0, Wickham 0, Sunderland 3, Cheltenham 0, Wigan 0, Wednesday 1. Some interesting stories developing, and we will be live with Nappers to sort of react to. Well, we do 2 rounds worth of stories to react to that League One stuff as well. We'll be live on Thursday at 1 p.m. And tomorrow night we will be here. Let's do it all over again, guys. You love to see it. Fulham versus Swansea. Obviously won't have the complete carnage of an entire round of League One games to deal with at the same time. Let's get some comments here. Still yet to change my mind after 15 minutes of the first game. Yeah, it's not gone well tonight, Liz, because we know you're coming on the Patreon roundtable, isn't it? You preempted this one, didn't you, mate? Honestly, Liverpool 2 up. Mane, David is, of course, right. Hit the like button. Thank you for the super chat. Kieran, how is it possible to get as many clean sheets and still look dodgy defensively if it will complete a comeback? Up the Blues. Good luck to you, fella. As it stands, Blackpool are up to 9th. Yeah, outstanding form for Blackpool. They're going to be 4 wins from 5. Worth Pompey have completely crumbled lately. Yes, they have. David, don't be doing that at halftime during an Ipswich game. I'm not reading that one out for sure. But potentially, yeah, Ipswich could be heading for 7 points in 3 games and the season finally getting started. And perhaps with Sheffield Wednesday winning at Wigan tonight, maybe a draw against Sheffield Wednesday at the weekend wasn't the worst result in the world. Dave McGoldrick is ready to go. MRR is watching the Posh tomorrow night. See if you can get on your phone. We will be live. Give us an update from in the ground. Yeah, Dave McGoldrick's coming on. I'm not entirely sure what Jukanovic will do in terms of who he's going to take off, whether he's going to change his team shape. Either second half's kicking off. Let me know once again which game you are indeed watching tonight. Plenty going on. Right, McGoldrick is on. Sorry, I'm going to do some scrolling in front of your face because we just need to do a reset on this one. Oh, on for Norwood. So I'm going to have to take a good look at this and we'll see exactly where McGoldrick is going to play, whether maybe Ben Osborne's going to go and drop into central midfield, unless he's changed the shape. Otherwise, there are your teams. For Borough, Lumley, Peltier, Bamba, Fry, Boller, Tavernier, Howson, McNair, Crooks, Watmore, Sporer. For Sheffield United, although this is about to change, Olsen in goal, Stevens, Davis, Egan, Baldock. Norwood's just gone off, so perhaps Osborne will drop into central midfield with Fleck, and McGoldrick will join that row of 3, and Dye, Gibbs White, Billy Sharp. That is a guess, a prediction. I don't know whether that will come to pass. We will find out. David be down at the Den tomorrow for another draw. I think they've got Bristol City, haven't they? Some Bristol City fan was crying on in the YouTube comments because I predicted that Millwall would win that game. Please, If you cannot cope with anyone predicting your team might lose a game, please don't watch the prediction show. Deary me. God knows how these people cope when the team actually loses a game, let alone someone predicts it. Goodness me. Some emotional people. Right. I think I'm right, actually. Osborne is still front left. I'm just trying to figure out where McGoldrick's gone and what the Blades system is here in the second half. Here comes a big counter for Borough, but Sporer is offside. Let me know what game you're watching and if your second half has kicked off. I'm going to give you a timestamp for this one for Borough Sheffield United. Going to be at 46 minutes in 3, 2, 1, sync. There you go. If you're watching on Now TV, if you're watching on the Sky Go up or on a smart TV, we may need to line that up. Oh, here come the Sheffield United, and they are through. And, I think I've just caught Ilias Chair's goal. There you go. It was bent in, and I think a Birmingham player gets a little nick on that before it goes through. There you go. I've seen all the goals now. Lovely stuff. Billy Sharp running just offside. McGoldrick's picking up maybe a sort of deep position, like a number 8 position. We'll figure it out as we go. That'll be the draw as Ben predicted, I'm sure. Which one was that, Stephen? Borough, not Borough. Millwall and Bristol City. Yeah, we'll see. I'm banning myself from that. From predicting draws for Millwall. Here is Gibbs White. Nice little one on. Gets it back from Ndai. Is Stevens. Back to Gibbs White coming up the left side. Well held up there by Johnny Howson, who's done really well. He's just not quite been at it, has he, Gibbs White, tonight? He's obviously a very good player, but a lot is expected and maybe just off there. Blues Forest on Saturday for James. Sounds good. Yeah, let me know if you're at a game at the weekend. I know you're all going to yell at me, but I think I'm going to be at Old Trafford at the weekend. Don't worry, I'm working. Luton and Cov. Yeah, did I predict a draw in that one? Yeah. So it won't be a draw then if I predicted it. My predictions are hopeless, aren't they? And Ben HD's beating me in the blooming prediction league, which hurts a lot. Osborne plays that around the corner. Nice ball by Ben Osborne. Yeah, Dave McGoldrick's playing really deep. Here is Ndai. Osborne on the left. Matt is off to Oakwell tomorrow. Shop and Cooper aren't the most adventurous managers. Will be a long night. Yeah, I like Cooper though. He's a good manager, but you're right. It can be a slow burn, can't it? Watching Steve Cooper's teams. Gigging at Old Trafford. Yeah, I wish. 48-34 gone. I'm beating you, which is equally hurtful as well. What are you going to do, Hamza, hey? Up your game. Gaz is off to Barnsley with Millwall. Tremendous stuff. There you go. MRR's at the Posh again on Saturday as well. Here's Bulldog. Bulldog crosses in. It's hooked away as we come up 49 on the clock. And there's a swipe half volley, but Egan heads that one clear. Excuse me. Absolutely teaming it down at QPR by the look of it. Osborne. Stevens crosses. Closed down and easy for Lumley. First goal in the second half is in League One. No, it's not. We thought Accrington Stanley has scored, but apparently they haven't. Duff information. Or the goal was actually disallowed. I think sometimes those quick score apps, they, someone hits a button saying there's a goal and the ball hasn't gone in the goal at all, has it? McGoldrick, Bulldog. McGoldrick, lovely ball forward for Ndai. Ndai against Bamba. Bamba does well. Slides in there. I was worried he'd overcommitted, and if Ndai just knocked it past him, penalty was happening. Great ball by McGoldrick. He's a good player, isn't he? Bamba does well, doesn't he? Does what he's done for years there. always had great physicality. Bamba, hasn't he? And just got over a bad illness as well. So, yeah, great to see him on the telly, playing for Borough. Corner for Sheffield United. Morecambe 1, Lincoln 0 in League One. That's one of our 2 games without a goal. 11 out of 12 League One games have a goal. Woof. In comes the corner. Lumley, kind of a little bit flappy, but a decent enough punch in the air. Tavernier gives that one away to Osborne. McGoldrick lands on the ball again. They used him as a playmaker. Gives White drills the shot wide of the post. Who did I say had taken the lead? Morecambe. Morecambe 1, Lincoln 0 down in League One. Oh, Cole Stockton again. What a player he is. If Cole Stockton is still at Morecambe in February, I will be very, very surprised. He's one hell of a striker, isn't he? Let me get some numbers up on Cole Stockton. That is his 9th goal of the season. So I make him the top scorer in the entire Football League. Is he Stockton? What a player. It's Oxford 3, Stanley 0. Is that the hat-trick for Nathan Holland, I wonder? And if he scored a header, could be a perfect hat-trick as well. Oxford look home and hosed against Stanley. Oxford 3, Stanley 0. More fun and games in League One. And yeah, if you haven't, keep your eye on Cole Stockton of Morecambe, who is on fire. Matt Taylor is the goal scorer. No hat-trick for Henry. Oxford won't care. They're 3-0 up. Ooh, Cardiff 0, West Brom 2. I wonder what the Cardiff fans make of this. Now, that's going to be 4 defeats in 5. And West Brom are going top, ladies and gentlemen. Bournemouth and Fulham tomorrow night are going to be attempting to usurp West Brom. We're just going to see the Oxford goal slid into the left channel. Taylor, that's a great finish, that, isn't it? Beautifully composed. Lifts it over the keeper as Watmore is offside, I think, in this one. And yeah, Cardiff are 2 down, we think, against West Brom. Just waiting for a goal scorer. Yes, that is the case. Cardiff 0, West Brom 2. West Brom are going top, and they're going to be undefeated in 10 league games now under Big Val. And they are also on for a 9-point week, West Brom, having played the Friday night game. We also have Blackpool are on for it. And they are our only 2 teams so far are on for it. 2 for 2. Oh, it's an own goal as well. It's crossed into the back post. I think Curtis Nelson has kind of put it over his own line. Here comes McGoldrick pulling the strings. Osborne crosses in. Billy Sharp. Oh, chance. I've seen him score them many times. A couple of horrible own goals tonight. So we blame the conditions. Curtis Nelson just knocking that over his own goal line. There, let's have a look at this chance. McGoldrick's done well since he's come on, hasn't he? In that deep position, pulling the strings. By Billy Sharp's standards, that's a fairly good chance, isn't it? It just comes behind him, but we've seen him guide those headers in many, many times before. James, I agree. Mickey's under pressure at Cardiff, big style, isn't he? That is going to be, what's the number? 5 defeats out of 6. Not good. Hamza, well done, fella. Cardiff had started well too this half. Stockton again, what a player he is, Anir. Get him in at Bristol City, hey? Anything else here? Luton, we're looking at him a deadline down. I'm not surprised. Their scouting is very good. And I think we have a full set, ladies and gentlemen. Shrewsbury 0, Wycombe 1. We have a goal in every single game in League One. Shrewsbury 0, Wycombe 1. I think Wycombe are going into the top 6 with that goal. And well done, League One. An entire set of games with no 0-0s. Whenever I do my predictions, I say there's always 1 0-0. Not in League One tonight. Boller tries to take on Bulldog. Boller must be up there. I'll get your guys' thoughts for man of the match. I think the Borough left back. Enjoyed watching him tonight. Most influential player in this half so far seems to be Dave McGoldrick, who's kind of come on and sat in a deep midfield position. And, you know, he's always been a very skillful player, McGoldrick, hasn't he? And has pulled the strings nicely. Here's Tavernier. Joe Jacobson, of course. Set play, do we reckon? Is the goal scorer for Wycombe at Shrewsbury. Jacobson scored a ton of goals for Wycombe when they got promoted 2 seasons ago. Jordan is a Cardiff season ticket holder. Is he indeed? Are you there tonight, fella? We got an equalising goal for Blackburn. Huddersfield. It is Huddersfield 1, Blackburn 1. And to be honest, we'll wait for Krissy to tell us about that one because he's been watching that game. An equaliser there. Huddersfield 1, Blackburn 1. Which means they were tied up on points, weren't they? Yeah, that's going to drop Huddersfield below QPR. Look at that. How things swing. QPR will be 7th after that 3 games, 3 defeats in a row. Oh, Crust in there. And, was it Crooks was throwing himself at that one. We're about to see, I can't believe it, Ben Brereton Diaz has scored again. There's a superb run. I bet that was Rothwell with that run, wasn't it? And Brereton Diaz has got his 8th of the season. He is just sensational, isn't he, at the moment? 8 goals in the first 10 rounds for Ben Brereton Diaz. And it looked like a pretty sublime assist. That must have been Rothwell, mustn't it? Who we've known for his midfield running power. We've seen him do that before, Joe Rothwell. It's a great trick to have up your sleeve. Just driving through from central midfield and setting up Ben Brereton Diaz. Here's Watmore in the box for Borough. Watmore crosses in low. Borough looked like he's just come into it the last 2-3 minutes in this one. Although Osborne slid that down the line. Here comes Ndiaye down the left up against Peltier. Ndiaye into the box. Ndiaye does well. Good tackle by Peltier. Corner to Blades, isn't it? No. Goal kick. Cambridge 0, Gillingham 2 in League One. Cambridge 0, Gillingham 2. Did they get that one right, the officials? Let's have a look. And it did actually. Good decision that. Gets the last touch. Chris, brilliant penetrating run by Rothwell. Laid it on a plate for Brereton Diaz. Worth. There you go. There's Jordan. Couldn't make it tonight. The football is dire. I have to be careful when I'm talking about Mick because we did say this stuff before. Tom, Stockton, Scully and Hardy, those top scorers. And Stockton on the goal scoring charts again. And in fact, in the Championship, Ben Brereton Diaz has gone to the top of the charts. Here's Osborne. Osborne with the shot, and it's cleared by Sol Bamber. He didn't quite get hold of that. Osborne in on the inside left position. He beats the keeper, but Bamber is back on the cover. He runs for the hills as they go through. Heads back to cover. Good defending, but very good defending by Sol Bamber, actually. Although I have to say, if do you know what? He might be trying to pick out Billy Sharp there, which would make sense as to why he didn't completely smash that. But if he smacks that harder, Bamber's not getting near that, or he's putting in his own goal. So there you go. Here is Stevens, McGoldrick. McGoldrick crosses right-footed in-swinger, poor ball by McGoldrick. Liam, you can bet Swans will be up for it tomorrow, knowing they're playing the mighty Fulham, and they can go above Cardiff. Oh, that didn't last long for Blackburn. Huddersfield 2, Blackburn 1. We'll wait to hear from Chris again, who's watching that one for us. But a short-lived level game state there. Danny Ward has scored for Huddersfield. That rhymes. Danny Ward has scored. Indeed, he has. Any more comments here? All I'm asking is Stoke to beat Preston, says Peanuts. Smiths, Birmingham counting QPR well here. Another goal is needed. QPR looking shaky as always defensively. David under the cosh here, need to hang on. I know what you mean, David, but with that 2-0 lead, they can afford to put that counter into action and to be able to sit there fairly comfortably and commit to the counters rather than, just sitting in if it was 1-0. Well, who was that in the chat? I'm going to put that. The Smiths 86. QPR need another goal. They've only gone and got one. QPR 2, Birmingham 0. And it's also Burton 2, Pompey 0. And Daniel Jebison, who is on loan from Sheffield United, has scored the goal. So we're waiting to see Danny Ward's goal for Huddersfield. Sky Sports News is on an ad break at the moment. Burton are 2 up against, can I say struggling Pompey? I probably can, can't I? Against struggling Pompey. And there was another goal to QPR, who are 2-0 up against Birmingham. So goals for Burton and QPR at pretty much the same time there. We'll await for the QPR goal scorer. They lead 2-0, and they look like they're going 7th, I think, Rangers. Nicely taken goal from Chair. Another one. 2 for Chair tonight. He's on a hat-trick as well. Wheels off at Birmingham after a good start, perhaps. I find it difficult to argue against that, Matt, at the moment. Certainly on a bad run, aren't they? Rangers always beat Brum. Cross for Ward. Classic centre-forward's header. In comes a cross from the right-hand side there for Blades. I think Lumley just dives and gets a fingertip on that. Oh, Wigan 0. Sheffield Wednesday 2. That could be a highly impressive win for Wednesday tonight. Here comes the Huddersfield goal here. Wednesday 2 up at Wigan. Sorba Thomas, what a player he is. Brilliant cross, and he celebrates his Welsh call-up by assisting Danny Ward with the goal. Wigan 0, Wednesday 2 in League One. It's going to be a good night for Sunderland tonight, who are going to be well top, especially with Wigan losing and looking like they're going for a 0-pointer tonight. McGoldrick had just played sharp in. He knocked it off to Ndiaye. Oh, God, is there another goal at Huddersfield? No, a chance. Oh, we got a penalty. I think we got a penalty as well. All going on at Huddersfield. Could be another chance for Ben Brereton Diaz if he fancies this penalty. Burton 2, Pompey 1. Corner for Blades. In it goes McGoldrick there. Callum Patterson, who was a big favourite on the channel for scoring lots of scruffy goals last season. We think Blackburn have a penalty. Callum Patterson was the goal scorer for Wednesday. And we may be seeing a live pen. Although here's Watmore. Watmore plays it into Sporar. Sporar into the box. Sporar, right-footed chance. Oh, he doesn't get it in the corner. Speaking of a good night for Sunderland, it's driven in and saved again. Sunderland have gone 4-0 up now against Cheltenham. 4-0 to Sunderland. Accrington have got a goal back against Oxford. And, right, we do have a penalty which Ben Brereton Diaz is going to take. Pompey have also got one back. A glut of goals for us here. I think I've got all of them. Check the ticker for me. But we are live. Luke O'Neill, the goal scorer for Sunderland. Ben Brereton Diaz could have his 9th of the season here already in round 10. Brereton Diaz from the spot. Edge of the box. He's going to hit this right foot. It's 2-1 Huddersfield. Here comes Brereton Diaz. And he scores. Of course he scores. What a season he is having. Huddersfield 2. Blackburn 2. Ben Brereton Diaz with the goal. 9 for the season. Outstanding stuff from Ben Brereton Diaz. Keeper gets a hand to that. Goes the right way. In the corner, though, from Brereton Diaz. Woof. Have they not shown the QPR goal yet? We haven't seen it. Oh, my God. Sunderland 5. Cheltenham 0. Crooks has fouled McGoldrick. And the yellow card is out from referee Linnington. Sunderland 5. Cheltenham 0. Sunderland's odds for promotion are shortening by the minute as they head away now, not just to the top. They're heading away. Let's have a look at this foul by Crooks. He was probably unjustly red carded, wasn't he? He just goes through McGoldrick there. I think we're about to see the second Ilias Chair goal for QPR. Djaku has scored. Chair played in, quality from Chair. Got such good close control. He draws the keeper out and just sticks it in with his left foot. There, excellent goal by Ilias Chair, who, of course, was dug out a little bit. He made a big mistake, gave the ball away for that second West Brom goal. So Chair, we're mentioning him in better terms tonight. As here come Borough. Big switch of play looking for Crooks. Easy one for John Egan. Just nods that one away. Woof. Brereton Diaz finds the corner 2-2. We've got another yellow card out from referee Linnington. John Fleck caught Duncan Watmore, did he? I think we're going to see the Wednesday goal here. Crossed in from the left. I love it. It's a perfect Callum Patterson goal. It comes in, he smacks it into the ground, and he bounces up. Every Callum Patterson goal has to have a deflection or a bounce or something of that nature. Brilliant stuff by Patterson. Good first time strike, actually. But into the ground and then bounces up. Woof. Mackham's running riot. Brereton Diaz won't be able to play Cov due to quarantine. I bet they changed the rules by then, Mark, won't they? We'll see. Good news for Cov if he can't. I don't know how long he has to quarantine for. I assume that's an international break return, isn't it? They've gone to Sunderland on Sky Sports. So I don't know which goals we're going to see because there's been two there. This looks like Luco Neens, or is it? Yes, it is with the left foot. Leon Dajaku is going to score as well. So probably going to see, second goal here. Clipped over the top. Tackle back and nice finish into the top corner. Crooks and Fleck are having fun there. Fleck needs to be careful. He has literally just been booked, hasn't he? Treading a fine line there. It's Middlesbrough 2, Sunderland 0 in this one. Referee Linnington presumably giving John Fleck a final warning there. Doesn't want to commit any fouls in the next 10 minutes for sure. Brown on for Preston. Let me know subs and action as that happens. A pulling free kick by McNair. I think he's trying to put it all the way over to the back post for Sol Bamba. Austin subbed off for Rangers. Gray on. Thanks, guys. Mr. Diaz, 9 goals this season. Unbelievable. Reece Norrington Davis has come on for Ender Stevens. That will be a straight swap at left back. Stevens was, of course, on a yellow card. Second sub by Jukanovic after bringing on Dave McGoldrick. Number 17 at half time, Norrington Davis on. Shrewsbury 0, Wickham 2. Wickham heading back into the top 6. They are 2-0 up against Shrewsbury as Sporar comes down the left-hand side. I suspect Sporar will be substituted soon. He's tried manfully, but Warnock will probably need a bit more energy up top. He's just getting in a bit of a sledging match there with Robin Olsen in goal. He's getting up in Bulldog's face as well. He's been yellow carded. I suspect he's going to be substituted in the next 2 minutes now, Sporar. He's losing the plot. Watmore's just telling him to calm down before he gets red carded. Silly Billy. I think we're going to see the Pompey goal. Ryan Tafazoli scored. Oh, no, we're seeing the Burton goal. There was a Burton goal and then a Pompey goal very quickly. Ryan Tafazoli was the goal scorer for Wickham, the big centre-back. Got to be careful there, going head-to-head. Remember, any forward motion, it's literally written in the wording, isn't it? Aggressive forward motion. I can't remember what exactly it says. Doesn't matter if you make contact or you hurt the guy. You can't do that. So he's got to be a bit careful there, Sporar. I suspect Warnock will pull him off. In fact, the substitute's already getting ready. Is that Ikpeazu coming on? Here is McGoldrick. Warnock's gone. Get Sporar off before he gets red carded for sure. Charlton 1, Bolton 2. Bolton retake the lead in that one. And Charlton's poor season continues. They look like they are going to lose again tonight. MK3, Fleetwood 2. That game's gone all over the place. Fleetwood led twice in that one. Goodness me. 3-2 to MK now. And I think does that put them above Wigan as well in League One? Could be an important goal, that one. Wigan are losing, MK now winning against Fleetwood. We're about to see I think we're going to see a couple of goals. Bolton scoring first. Scott Twine has got a hat-trick. Congratulations, Scott Twine. Sensational for MK. He's the scorer of the third goal. Go figure. He scored all 3 goals for MK tonight. So Bolton 2-1 up against Charlton as well. Oh, there's Shaylee. Enid and myself saying hello. Hello, beautiful girls. Hope you're having a good evening. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, Shaylee, my darling. And Enid, be good for mummy. Don't make too much mess and give her a nice big cuddle. Sporar has come off, as we predicted correctly. And it's Cardiff 0, West Brom 3. Mick, doesn't look good for McCarthy. West Brom are going top. Cardiff are 3-0 down. Mick's in trouble. And dare I celebrate this one? Can I do that? I'll just do that. Ipswich 3, Doncaster 0. Is that a home win? 3-0 up with 19 minutes to play. Fingers crossed Ipswich can see it out. They've been hopeless at home this season. So we're not going to count any chickens before they hatch. But we think Ipswich have gone 3-0 up. Mowat is the goal scorer. The player who went with Ishmael across to West Brom from Barnsley. Oxford 4, Accrington 1. Billy Sharp is down in this one. Oxford 4. Remember, Nathan Holland was on a hat-trick in that one. Wonder if that has happened. Lee Evans gets his second for Ipswich, and Ipswich are indeed 3-0 up against Doncaster and look like they might actually win a home game. Yellow cards come out for Sol Bamba. A couple of old stagers there. George, Mowat with a screamer. Can't wait to see it. Mark Sykes is the goal scorer for Oxford. Thank you for saying hi to Shaylee and Enid. Enid had a bit of a funny tummy last night, bless her, so she needs to settle. Oh, what a strike by Mowat. George was right. That's a hell of a goal by Mowat. Pick that one out. Woof. Wow. Let's give that one a wow. Half volleyed and it's rising all the way up into the top corner. Hull of a goal by Alex Mowat, and West Brom go 3-0 up. I think it was just another goal flashed up there. Yeah, Plymouth have equalised. So this is not a good day for Wigan now. Plymouth have equalised. MK are winning. Sunderland are winning. Wigan, the only team up there. And Ryan Hardy has done it again, one of the top scorers as well. So Plymouth are now level against Crewe, who are looking like getting an unlikely away win. Here comes George Baldock for Sheffield United. Dinks that one in. Oh, Lumley can't quite get there. Gibbs White again unhappy with the service. He's been chipping away, Morgan Gibbs White. I'm just going to give you the live League One table. And you can just have a look at what's going on at the top there. MK are going to go second. It's a bad day for Wigan, isn't it? I know they've got a game in hand in the end. But Wigan are going to drop to fourth, and they were top about an hour and a bit ago, weren't they? So we're going to 2 down against Wednesday. And look at Sunderland racing away, but MK keeping pace, and MK 20 goals in 10 games as well. And what would Barry Davis say? He'd say, oh, I say, Ipswich 4, Doncaster 0. I repeat, Ipswich 4, Doncaster 0. We talked about Ipswich clicking, gelling, whatever you want to call it. They are 4-0 up. Oh, and the Moldovan team have succumbed to Karim Benzema, who scored for Real Madrid in the Champions League. There you go. It's James's fault. Look, Real Madrid are still losing, he said a minute ago. Conor Hurahan is going to come on. What a goal for Moet. What a strike. The excellent Rothwell has gone off injured. Pervader on, says Chris, in Huddersfield. Blackburn, there you go. 4-0 Ipswich. Worth. Yep, James, as soon as you said Madrid level, Ipswich have turned the corner. I hope the Sam Morsey effect. Well, there you go. In comes a corner from Borough. One-handed punch from Olsen. Decent one. And Morgan gives White touch and clears. We are coming in to sort of 15 minutes to go. We'll reset and we'll check scores with about 10 to go. Some interesting stories. Morecambe 2, Lincoln 0. Now, are we going to guess who scored that goal? I wonder if Cole Stockton has scored again. Morecambe 2, Lincoln 0. The big boys, Stockton, Brereton, Diaz, Hardy, all scoring tonight. I wonder if Stockton has got a second. We will find out. There's going to be another sub here. Scott Wootton, there you go. No goal for Stockton. But looks like Morecambe are going to get the win. What I do for Moet back in our midfield. Yeah, he's a proper player, isn't he? Moet bosses it in the Championship. I think we have goal at around for Moet. Looking like it. Ipswich going great guns. I'll see it when I believe it. I'll believe it when I see it, even whichever way around. But Ipswich are 4-0 up, so they should be winning tonight for sure. As Bamber goes home. For goal updates, Liam, I've taken the advice of the great Jay Coyle, who sponsors the Dearly Departed shows. Goal updates I'm getting from the Sky Bet app. No, the Bet365 app. There is the Oxford goal from a while back. Ladies and gentlemen, Ipswich 5, Doncaster 0. Wow. Could be a hat-trick for either Lee Evans or Macaulay Bonne there. But, yeah, Ipswich are squeaking in tonight and hammering Doncaster 5-0. You love to see it, unless you're a Doncaster fan. It looks like Ipswich have gone 5-0 up over at Portman Road. Hopefully, that'll do the confidence some good, won't it? Free kick to Borough, 78 gone. Blaze just struggling to create anything in this second half. Apologies. We've been sidetracked by much goings on. Lee Evans has got a hat-trick. Oh, man. Cardiff 0, West Brom 4. Those Cardiff fans are going to boo them off tonight. Cardiff have lost 5-1 on Saturday. They're 4-0 down at home to the Baggies tonight, and they are getting booed off for sure. Cardiff 0, West Brom 4. West Brom are going top, but perhaps the biggest story might be Mick, who's going to be not very popular there. Charlton 1, Bolton 3. Charlton struggles continue. Charlton 1, Bolton 3. Looks like Bolton and Iain Everett are taking all of the points there. And what about that? Matt Phillips. Get your thoughts in on that. Cardiff 0, West Brom 4. I know West Brom are top, but it's at home. It's 4-0. And I think it's 5 defeats in 6 for Cardiff. Big ouch there. Egan's gone forward. McGoldrick hits the shot. Great strike by McGoldrick. Tipped over the top by Joe Lumley. What's going on at Cardiff? Has he lost the players? We want 5. I think Wellens might be finished at Doncaster. Goodbye, Mick. McCarthy not surviving. Cardiff conceded 9 in 2. Doncaster are having one. Sounds like it. I'll take it. Perfect Lemon. I'll take it. How's Chaplin been? On the bench, Daniel, would you believe? On the bench in League One. I've just missed Matt Phillips' goal there for West Brom. I wonder if I should wind that back. Kieran Lee's the goal scorer for Bolton. Oh, Louis Coyle's been sent off for Hull. So Hull are 1 down at home to Blackpool. Goodness me. It's not going well for Hull either. Down to 10, and they're losing at home to Blackpool, who are going great guns. McCarthy succumbing to the baggies. It doesn't help the mix saying he has no clue of how to change things. He comes out with some funny stuff when he's under pressure, Mick. Oh, McGoldrick slips it through. Here's Osborne. Osborne closed down by Tavernier. Defended well, haven't they? Borough. And yeah, another popular manager, Nigel Adkins, is going to be under pressure. There's the second yellow for who got red carded for Hull? Louis Coyle. Second bookable there. Corner comes in, palmed out by Lumley, helped on. Gibbs White hits the shot, but referee Linnington has already brought the game to a stop. I think Conor Hurahan kind of bent the corner out before it came in. Adkins, possibly some managers under pressure tonight, guys. McCarthy struggling for Cardiff and Adkins for Charlton. Shrewsbury 1, Wickham 2, Ipswich 6, Doncaster 0. Ipswich 6-0 up. I don't quite know what to do with myself. Can we share these goals out among some other games? Ipswich has gone 6-0 up. The highest scoreline for Ipswich in absolutely years, I think. Probably since Joe Royle was the manager, I think. Ipswich are 6-0 up, would you believe? Here is McNair, Ikpeazu. George Edmondson has scored, so presumably a set play goal there for Ipswich. Matt Pennington, who went everywhere on loan, didn't he? Has scored for Shrewsbury. 81 gone. Let's do a quick reset here of your goals tonight and some pretty damn big stories. None, not least, excuse me, at the top there. Cardiff 0, West Brom 4. Mick in the mud at Cardiff. Huddersfield 2, Blackburn 2, Brereton Diaz on fire still, 2 goals there. Hull 0, Blackpool 1. They're going in opposite directions, aren't they, those two? Borough 2, Blades 0 is the one we've got on here. Preston 1, Stoke 1, QPR 2, Birmingham 0. I think QPR are going back up to 7th place. And then in League 1, Burton 2, Pompey 1, Cambridge 0, Gillingham 2, Charlton 1, Bolton 3. Everybody, Ipswich 6. Doncaster 0. Howson on the edge of the box here for Borough. He's just driven back, though, by Hurahan. MK3, Fleetwood 2. MK going second. Brilliant stuff. Scott Twine, hat-trick. Morecambe 2, Lincoln 0. Oxford 4, Stanley 1. Plymouth 1, Crewe 2. I think if Plymouth score again, they might be able to move up a spot there, right up into the top 2, maybe. I'll check my numbers there. Rotherham 2, Wimbledon 0. Shrews 1, Wickham 2. Sunderland 5. Cheltenham 0, Woof. Wigan 1, Wednesday 2. Charlie Wyker's just scored for Wigan. Maybe we don't write Wigan off just yet at the top of that table. And I believe Huddersfield have gone 3-2 up against Blackburn. Incredible. I think I had that as 0-0. Huddersfield 3, Blackburn 2. We will check. But I think Huddersfield have gone 3-2 up. Blade still trying to get a goal back here. Osborne crosses in, cleared by Sol Bamba. Oh, big goal for Hull. Hull 1, Blackpool 1. That could be a very important goal in terms of building some morale there. They're down to 10 as well. Hull have scored through Tom Eaves. Cross to the back post, going to go loose. McGoldrick and blocked again by Bamba, who's been great in the second half here for Borough. And Sheffield United just don't look like they're going to score tonight. A big goal for Hull. Hull 1, Blackpool 1. And Danny Ward is the goal scorer. He's got his second. We await to see that one. Sky are on an ad break. Important goal there for Hull, for morale. I know they're not going to get 3 points for a draw, but woof. Nonetheless, Terriers 3-2, Hull 1-1. All going on today. Great play by Bamba. Anyone got Bamba as man of the match after this second half there? Great block by him. McGoldrick's shot is going in the corner. Mixed last 2 V's Albion, conceded 9, scored 1. Not good. Not good at all. Headed away. And McGoldrick catches Tavernier there. I think we're going to see a couple of goals now. There's 3 backed up that we need to see. Charlie White for Wigan, pulling 1 back against Wednesday. They're still 2-1 down, though. Huddersfield have gone 3-2 up. Danny Ward's second. Neil Warnock's a fan of Danny Ward. He had him at Rotherham, didn't he? And that important Hull goal. Sky have gone to Chris Kamara at the John Smith, so we will get to see that Danny Ward goal. They're building it down the right. Cross swung in. Headed across, and a nice little 6-yard box. Gerd Muller type poacher's goal there by Danny Ward. And it is 3-2 to Huddersfield in that one over Blackburn. Full of goals in the Championship. Tremendous stuff. Only 6 games as well. Oh, top of League One. MK3, Fleetwood 3. Sensational. Fleetwood have got it back, and it's been so topsy-turvy up the top there. Maybe it is going to be a very good day for Sunderland after all. MK3, Fleetwood 3. Here comes the Tom Eaves goal. Just worked into the edge of the box. And fair play to Hull with 10 men. They had a man over on the back post, plenty forward for that attack. And it is 1-1 there for Hull. And I was just saying that MK are now pegged back, and it's 3-3. Oh, good save. Hull going for the winner there. Goodness me. God, if Hull won with 10 men, that'd be something, wouldn't it? Woof. Unbelievable night of football. Porto have got one back against Liverpool in the Champions League. Middlesbrough 2, Sheffield United 0. Middlesbrough managing this one very well, actually, in this second half. Great night of footy, hasn't it been? And we're doing it again tomorrow night. Bring it on. Is this the end for Mick at Cardiff? Lots of people in the chat think, here comes Billy Sharp. Sharp shot deflected over the bar. That's got to be a corner. Billy Sharp appeals. I think he's right. Dan Batty is the equalising goal scorer for Fleetwood in the 88th minute. MK3, Fleetwood 3. Tremendous stuff. Don't get rid of Mad Mick. He's doing a great job. He's really not these last 6 games, Jeff, is he? They were in the playoff positions, weren't they? Probably 15 games from the end of last season. Cardiff. In comes the corner. Good punch by Lumley. They want to defend that clean sheet here. Borough. I think we're going to see the Charlie White incident. They've gone to Abigail Davies again on Sky. Here's the penalty. Oh, it's a silly penalty. Just a obvious, blatant tug back there in the box. And no matter how much you do that, ref's not going to change his mind. Charlie White. I think White has probably scored 4 in his last 3. So he's getting up to last season's standards where he was, I think, the top scorer in the league, wasn't he? Charlie White for Sunderland last season. Can he do it without McGeady? Yes. He's getting the goals for Wigan now. Here is Tavernier down the right. Tavernier held up by Egan. He's just holding it in the corner. He's done brilliantly there, Tavernier. Still got it. And it's a corner. Excellent play there. And, Nigel Adkins. Charlton 1, Bolton 4. And Bolton are going to have won 5-2 at Ipswich now and 4-1 at Charlton. And Adkins is, he's in the mud as well, isn't he? Charlton 1, Bolton 4. And I think Charlton are going to be like second bottom. Full time. And no doubt, and quite reasonably, the Cardiff fans probably have booed their team off after a 4-0 home defeat. Warnock is getting waved back into his technical box by the 4th official. Corner goes short. PSG 2, Manchester City 0. Lionel Messi. Anyone tell me anything about him? Kid's got a chance. Messi against Pep. Yes. Oh, dear, Adkins. Peter, thanks for the comment. You're very welcome, sir. What a great night. Sarcevic is the goal scorer for Bolton. Charlton 4-1 down at home to Bolton, and Adkins in trouble there. As we come up to the 90-minute mark, and unless we get some mad finish here, it's going to be, I'd say, well-deserved point here for Borough. Mick will keep Derby up. It's going to go into the minus at the moment to do that. Derby against Reading tomorrow night in the battle of the FFP Naughty Step. QPR 2, Birmingham 0. Full time, that one. QPR, they dropped into 8th because Huddersfield have taken the lead as well. But after 3 straight defeats, 2 goals from Ilias Chair tonight. Here is Gibbs White. Gibbs White crosses to the back post. McGoldrick heads it down, and Paddy McNair just boots that as hard as he can with his left foot away from a goal. 6 minutes added on, says Chris, in the Huddersfield game. Wouldn't be surprised there's another goal in that. 5 already. Woof. Here comes Howson. Rotherham 3, Wimbledon 0. Rotherham home and host. They're going to be in the top 6. I think were they 5th last time we checked? Rotherham, nice, comfortable home win for the Millers. Again, we'll talk about League One with Nappers. Lots to talk about at 1 p.m. on Thursday. And Sky, very much like I suggested, have gone for Sol Bamber as man of the match. 7 clearances, 2 interceptions. He's been great in the second half. I agree with Sky and whoever they got summarising there tonight. Hamza's declared at 4-0 to West Brom and top of the league. Bamber or Boller for man of the match for David. 3-minute stoppage time. Thanks, Dan. At Preston, that's 1-1. Valley near empty, says Anir. I'm not surprised. 4-1 down, Charlton. And the very likeable Nigel Atkins in trouble. And there is the very well-liked Steve Gibson, the Borough owner. Looking on. Michael Smith has got his second. Long free kick in. Oh, great first. Such good goal, Smith. That took that beautifully. I thought of Ian Rush as he took that. Brought that down and just stuck it in the far corner. Tavernier has played well, hasn't he? Down that right-hand side. Travis fires wide for Blackburn, who are chasing a 3-2 deficit at Huddersfield. The full times are coming in. This one rolls on. 92.35 on the clock off a minimum of 4 minutes stoppage time. In this one, all of the other score lines ticking on. A couple of big wins tonight. One for West Brom to put them top. One for Sunderland in League One. They've gone through 5-0 against Cheltenham. Can I mention that Ipswich are 6-0 up against Doncaster? Happy days. Although could have spread those goals out again for a few games. Rare clean sheet for QPR. Yeah, Warburton doesn't love a clean sheet, does he? Very high scoring manager. How long has Gibson been the owner? I would say he's been the owner since 95. And one of the Borough fans will tell us. So a good 25 years, I would have thought, Steve Gibson. Local boy made good. Gibbs White crosses back post, sharp peeling off, good header clear. Hurahan knocks it back. Fleck drives the shot in blocked by Dale Fry, and he boots it clear. Head it, kick it, says Warnock. Preston 1, Stoke 1. Thank you, Dan. And I believe I've got a scoreline right there on the predictions. That'll get me a few points, won't it? Woof, you love to see it. Preston and Stoke drawing 1-1 over at Deepdale. I think Stoke, Stoke are 4th. As things stand, obviously Fulham play tomorrow night. So Stoke, 18 points from their first 10. You would take that. And if you're a Middlesbrough fan, you would take this one. Neil Warnock shaking Slavisa Jukanovic's hand on a 2-0 victory. Well played, Sheffield United. Duncan Watmore bends one into the top corner. Lovely finish by Watmore. And another good goal as well by Paddy McNair. The full times are flowing in. Let's see where we stand in terms of games that are still going. And again, these sofa score stop clocks are not always accurate, but we think we're only waiting for Huddersfield Blackburn, which is 3-2, and there is still something riding on that one. Looks like a fair few League One games are still going. Let's just drill in to the live league tables and we'll see what all of this means, with the caveat that we could still have a change of outcome at Blackburn's visit to Huddersfield. So West Brom are 2.2 points per game. Look at that. An undefeated going into the weekend, and they thrashed Cardiff 4-0 away from home. Bournemouth play tomorrow. They can go back top and on to 24 points if they win. Coventry also play tomorrow. Stoke have drawn at Preston tonight as Warnock and Billy Sharp congratulate one another at the end of the game. Huddersfield 3, Blackburn 2 is a full time. So you can see it in red. It is actually a full time. Now, Fulham play tomorrow. They play Swansea. We're watching that one. Come and join us for that. Blackburn are defeated, which means Huddersfield tie them up on points. QPR jump up to 8th. But, of course, Bristol City and Reading both will play tomorrow. Borough, good result for them into the top half. Blades, bad result for them. Birmingham, 1 point in 4. Not good. Warnock and McGoldrick having a good old powwow there. He's box office Warnock. Blackpool, a draw there. I think they'll take that one, won't they? Preston, 5th straight draw. And Cardiff, look at that, a 4th straight defeat. 5 defeats in 6 for Mick. It is not going well there. Luton play tomorrow, but they can jump up a hell of a lot of places if they can beat in-form Coventry. Swans visit Fulham, Millwall and Bristol City play at the Den. Barnsley, who have they got tomorrow? I can't even remember. They play tomorrow anyway. So do Posh. Hull have already played. They'll be quite pleased, honestly, to get a point, given that they were down to 10 and then equalised. Forest play tomorrow. Forest play Barnsley, that's it. And Derby play Reading tomorrow. Let's check the live League One table. I still think there's a few results to come in on that one. Sunderland going on to 22 points. Outstanding start for them. Wigan had got it back to 2-1, and we believe they're still playing at home to Wednesday. MK, 3-3. What a game with Fleetwood there. Plymouth level with Crewe, but still playing from what we can ascertain. Rotherham, excuse me. Oh, actually, just as I look up, Plymouth 1, Crewe 1. Done, over. So Rotherham, big win for them, 3-0. They beat AFC Wimbledon at home tonight. And Wickham are winning at Shrewsbury 2-1, I believe, last time we heard. Bolton, brilliant win for them, 4-1 at Charlton. Have a look at Charlton, second bottom. Ouch. Oxford had a big win over Stanley. Wednesday are currently leading, and Wednesday have won. Big win for Sheffield Wednesday. They've won at Wigan, who started the day top of the table. Burton beat Pompey. Morecambe won as well. Forgive me, I forget who they beat. Accrington lost. Pompey lost. Wimbledon lost or are 3-0 down. In fact, that's over now. Cambridge moved at least to Gillingham, I think. Cheltenham got hammered at Sunderland. Lincoln defeat as well. And then, look, wins for Gillingham, for Ipswich, who won 6-0. And only MK have scored more goals than Ipswich. Now, despite the fact Ipswich are in a paltry 19th position in the league. They must have a rubbish defence, mustn't they? Fleetwood, great draw for them. Shrewsbury defeated, and Crewe, Charlton, Doncaster make up the bottom 3. What a great night, guys. Loads of goals. League One really delivered. Wouldn't want to be Mick McCarthy or Nigel Adkins tonight. Would happily be Lee Johnson or Valerian Ishmael tonight. Adkins out, says Chris. Thank you, James. Chris also says, excellent game between Huddersfield and Blackburn. Draw would have been a fair result. Both sides showing defensive shortcomings. We love defensive shortcomings. Barnsley in the bottom 3 if Forest beat us. Not good there. Thank you, everybody, for joining. David, well wrong on Twitter. You're correct. The Championship, anything can happen. Can't it just? There we go. Right, if you want to shout out, let me know. Charlton, shocking, yeah. Second bottom, and Atkins in hot water there. Remember, he hasn't actually been there that long. I think 8 games to go when he arrived last season. Thank you, QPR Forever. Thanks, Leeds 2021. Moldova. Have they won it? Have they? The Moldovans said in the 89th minute. Woof. There you go. Right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It was a watch along. So we need to thank our fan sponsor, Luca, who will probably be quite pleased with Stoke's draw over at Preston. Thank you, Luca. Obviously, that was sorted out by his father. You can see Luca is a young man. So we thank Father Stephen as well. And I'm going to bid you all farewell and over and out on a tremendous night of football. Our main game was Middlesbrough 2, Sheffield United 0, but a lot of other stuff to talk about. Join us again tomorrow for Fulham versus Swansea. Brilliant stuff. Thank you for everybody in the chat, and it's an over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.